we are starting a new chapter, that is concepts of database management system. Now we will work on it theoretically as well as practically. Fine. So first of all, you have to understand what is this database management system. And the advanced system is, you can say that RDBMS, that is Relational Database Management System. All right. Now, what can you see is, this is the database management system, just a layout. You can see out here how the accession takes place. Okay, this is the storage area, and these are the databases. Hierarchical databases means one databases under the one another database. We will come to that each and every aspect. Okay, we will see it, what is that, and the users are end users who all are using the DBMS. All right. Now let us come to the fact. All right, information is an important factor to manage the routine activities of every individual, and from a child to an old man, a professional to homemaker, everyone needs information. Information is needed for various important matters such as addresses, telephone numbers, details of the customers, clients, railways, H factors, air travel schedulers, train ticket management system, and other numerous aspects. For this we need data. Fine. So data is a raw and unprocessed form of facts and figures. Okay, you can see out here. And what is information? Information is the data which has been processed and has meaning. Okay, so data is just a raw fact. You can see see this particular diagram where it is given out here. Data when processed, then we are getting the information. Okay, so these three elements are very fundamental elements in the concept of database management. Fine. So what is this? This is data, this is information, and database is a collection of data which is stored in a systematic manner. Okay. Systematic manner in the sense means like properly, in a proper way. All right. So that is why you can say, define this particular thing. It is a database is a collection of data which is stored in a systematic manner in the form of table, so that we can retrieve and manipulate the information quickly and efficiently from a large set of data. A database may consist of one or more tables. A table is what we will, next slide we will see. Okay, elements of a database. So what is there? A table holds information in the form of rows and columns. Fine. And what is this? Rows means what? That is called records. Okay, rows are referred to as records. A record is a set of related information that belongs to a particular object. All right. And it also contains columns. Columns are referred to as fields. A field describes a specific property of a record. That is why a field is also known as an attribute. Fine. Okay. And data is what? We had already discussed. A set of characters that represents a valid value is known as data in a table. Okay, I'm not talking about the raw fact or the raw data. Okay, for example, like Siliguri, Arun, 80, 90.56, minus 39, any date of birth also are there. Suppose 5th December 2020 is also a data. All right. Okay, any time. Okay, that is also a data. So these are the valid data values. All right. So now let us see the diagrammatic representation of table and its elements. So you can see out here, this is the columns and this is the key field. Key field in the sense means if there are some related tables, then this particular field will be in common. With this, with the help of this particular field, we can access the other set of data in another table, from another table. So basically we are coming to this particular table right now. So this is the field or columns. You can see out here, say agent code, agent name, working area, commission, and phone number. Okay, so this is the entire table, and these are the column names out here has been written. You can see out here. Okay, enclosed with the thick black border. Okay, and these are the fields, and these are the records which has been which has been marked as the red border. Okay, red thick border, rectangular border, and this is a particular column value. Column values are often known as the atomic value. Why? Because they, like atom, it is not divisible. You cannot divide the values and all. Say working area London. So London is London only. You cannot divide it. All right. So this is the record or row, and this is the column value. It is clearly showing. All right. So that is the thing. So these are the things actually. So key field is what? Key field means this is a specific field which is actually unique in nature and relate other data which are being given in the other tables. Okay, because nowadays database is actually, it has changed from DBMS to RDBMS, that is called Relational Database Management System. Okay, so where the other related tables are also been there. Fine. So now next going to the I'm just going to the next one. Okay, so first of all you see the things. What is a data? A set of characters that represent a valid value is a data. So you can see the columns. These are the attributes or columns, and this is the row or a record. Often records are also known as tuple, tuple, tuple. All right. Next is coming to the use of database. A database is basically used by the developers, administrators, and the end users. Now, why the developers? The developers will write program in the back end and in the in the front end, and in the back end the data will be supplied by the databases. So the both the things can be linked. Okay. By the developers. Administrator also can maintain a database. It's like in your school, a principal can access, can be act as an administrator in order to maintain your data. Okay, and the end users, those who are using these tables and those who are using the data. So that may be a student, that may be a teacher, that may be anybody. Okay, who are actually attached with the school activities. All right, fine. Okay, developers design and develop database. That is also another function of the developers. They are the one they have to develop the database, because without developing the database, accession of the data is not possible. Fine. Administrators keep track on database and check authorization to provide access to the users. All right. So that is the function of the administrator. So they are just keeping the track on the data, however, if any modification, if any deletion, if any insertion of the data takes place, that has been controlled by the administrators. And the end users are the one who are actually not accessing the administrator's part, but they can use the data only. They don't have the right to modify or to add up the records or data unless being the rights are given. Okay, that is the thing. So for example, in a company you can say that employees and other subordinates are the end users as they use the database every day. All right, fine. That is the thing. Clear. In a company to project the sales and all, okay, how the commissions to be distributed to the employees and all. So that is their function. Those subordinates can check. That is the clerk. A clerk may be also a subordinate. Okay, vice president. Assistant manager. An assistant manager can be a manager. Also can be the end users. Okay, so these are the different. A cashier also in the bank can be in a company can be the end user. Fine. That is the thing. So now the DBMS is what? DBMS database management system is a computerized record keeping system actually, or a software that enables us to create, store and modify, extract information from a database. This is what actually the DBMS, but now the concept has been bit changed. Okay, now the RDBMS, the advanced concept has come. It's actually the table from where we extract data, and the tables are being created and stored in a database in organized manner. Fine. So the related as group of a set of related tables, because if you are storing all the records, all the data in one table, okay, there may be inconsistency may occur. Okay, there may be some problem may be created while fetching the data. So with a view to that, the total database management system has been upgraded into RDBMS, that is called Relational Database Management System. So okay, this Relational Database Management Systems enabled a particular database in order to arrange the data into the related tables, logically related tables. Fine, that is the thing. So this is what actually the concept of DBMS and RDBMS. This is actually an advanced concept. Fine. So now let us see how the data can be organized. Okay, data can be organized in two ways. Okay, because whenever some data is there, there is a question of organizing it also. So actually the flat file type and the relational file. Fine. The flat file is what? Data is stored in a single table with a plain text format, and the fields in the recorded are separated using delimiters. Delimiters means the particular character or something like that that can segregate or separate the one data to another. Fine. Okay, such as tabs and commas you can see out here, and it is usually suitable for less amount of data. It is usually suitable for less amount of data. That is most highlighted part over here. Okay, but when the data volume will be large, okay, in that case, what could you do? You can use the relational organization. Okay, like data is stored. I'm extremely sorry, this spelling is wrong. You can check out. So it will be stored. Okay, data is stored in multiple tables and can be accessed by establishing a relationship between the tables by using a common field. Okay, by using a common field, as I was talking about that agent code in the previous slide. Okay, which will be remain present in other tables also in order to fetch the data. Okay, like in your school, you will be accessed by your student ID. Okay, you may have the different activities. You are having the academic activities, you are having the general activities, you are having the gaming activities, you are having the fees giving activities, everything. Okay, so everywhere, whenever some details will be asked, in that case, it can be given by using the that particular student ID. So student ID will be the common field in all the related tables, which will fetch your all related information. All right, so that is called the relational organization of data keeping. Fine. So now we are coming to the, you can see out here, flat file and relational table. This diagram it is showing out. This is the flat file. You can say the files, records, fields and characters are there. Advantage, what? Simple to create, easy to use and inexpensive. Okay, yeah, so anybody can create that. That is a data dictionary. Okay, also you can say, and a database comprised of multiple entities, like you see out here, this particular user ID, license ID and the car ID, all these three are related. So you can see the car ID is related to the car ID out here, and the user ID or something like the license ID. I mean, license ID is related to over here. So a multiple relation has been created. Okay, contains entity, attributes and relationships. You can see easily the difference between the flat file database and relational database. Okay, and what are the advantage? Reduces data redundancy. We'll come to this term afterwards. Consistency, shared data, concurrency and centralized security, which is not available in a data dictionary or flat file database. I mean, okay, that is also known as data dictionary. A database consisting of a single table, that is the most highlighted thing. And here the database comprised of multiple entities. I mean the multiple tables. Okay, it means multiple tables. That is called flat file. That's called relational database or the relational file system, whatever you say. Okay, this is the difference between the flat file, which has been shown you diagrammatically, and kindly take a note of it. Fine. Okay, next is coming the advantages. Most important advantages have been listed out here. You can see enforcement of data standards. What does it mean? It means that database always holds data in a standard format. The standard may relate to the naming of data, format of data, structure of data, etc. And standardized data facilities that interchange or migration between different system. When you are taking it out from one system to another system, that time data validation must be ensured. All right, suppose say for a date of birth, the format is YYMMTT. This should not be violated. That is the data standard actually. Suppose you want to enter the age, you should not enter in words. Suppose 23 years you will enter, so you just give 23. All right. Availability of data is another important aspect. That data of a database can be available anytime, anywhere. Okay, and unless being locked by the administrator. Administrator has to, if he or she wants, not has to, I mean, if he or she wants that data can be accessed, they can give the right to the other people. They can grant or revoke the permission. Okay. So in that is a thing. So anytime, anywhere in the sense means not anytime, anywhere in that aspect, in that respect, but the anytime, anywhere means whenever the data will be asked and if the permission has been given, then only. All right. DBMS enables multi-user access to the information that is available remotely also for 24 hours, 7 days. Okay, that is 24 into 7. You can say. All right, reduce data redundancy. Redundancy means what? To appear unnecessarily for several times, the same thing. All right, so data redundancy occurs when the same piece of data is duplicated unnecessarily multiple times in a database. Multiple copies have been created in other tables also in that same database. The chances of data duplicity are very high. okay, in this case. Okay, and moreover, what happens that when you want to fetch or extract the data, that will create a problem. Okay, means like which data, suppose two students are having the same student ID. When you want to extract the data, so the software will not understand which data to fetch, so it will create a redundancy error. Okay, that is the thing. So in the database approach, ideally all the information is kept at only one place and shared among the users. There is no need to maintain a separate copy of the same data over and over again. This actually minimizes the data duplication and redundancy. Okay, however, in some cases, data redundancy still exists to improve the system's performance. Okay, but such redundancy is controlled by the DBMS administrator to keep it to minimum. Okay, not the thing is that. Okay, not all the time. Okay, these are the things. So when redundancy will be controlled, it will also control the data inconsistency. Okay, when the redundancy is not controlled, it leads to data inconsistency. Okay, it occurs when the same data exists in different formats in multiple tables. You can consider school database. If you have changed the address of a student or date of birth of a student and you have not updated it into other tables, okay, there the data inconsistency will occur. Okay, so only then in that case what will happen, only one table will have the correct data while all the others will have the false data. Hence what will happen, the data inconsistency will occur. This is actually known as the data inconsistency. Okay, it causes a problem to the other people, those who want to access the data. The use of appropriate constraint within the database, constraint means properties within the database, is a solution to prevent the data inconsistency. Very important line, the use of appropriate constraints within the database is a solution to prevent data inconsistency. Okay, now I am coming to the data concurrency. Okay, data concurrency means what? Many users can access and modify a shared data at the same time without violating the data consistency. Okay, however, this ability is not exhibited by the traditional file processing system, while the multiple access to the same data causes data inconsistency. Okay, because several people, because it is shared information. Okay, so it may happen. So to understand this, but we can consider an example where the two people visit an electronic booking counter to purchase a flight ticket for the same destination, okay, at the same time, okay, in the same flight. Fine, clear. But the aircraft is having only one seat left. So without the feature of concurrency control, it might happen that both the passengers could end up booking the ticket for the same seat. Okay, let us come over there. Okay, so sorry, that is the thing. Clear. So however, with concurrency control, the database would not allow the process to execute. Both the passengers would be able to access the train seating database, but concurrency control would preserve the data accuracy and allow only one person to buy the ticket of that seat at a time. Okay, it's not possible. Okay, so because there will be definitely some time gap. Okay, that actually been taken into consideration. Okay, two people had gone to two different places in the city in order to book the ticket, but one seat is left. So who will give preference? Will be given the person who will has submitted first, maybe at the same time, but there will be some microsecond gap definitely. So that will actually measure, okay, who will be getting the ticket, means the book the ticket. Okay, that's the things. Other two are ensured. It ensures data security. Sometimes a database may contain confidential data which needs to be protected from any unauthorized access. The database management system provides security to sensitive data by performing authorization checks and enforcing selective access to the users. Apart from that, it is having also a backup and recovery management. There are various strategies and procedures that are used to protect the database against data loss and the process of reconstructing the data in case of a hard disk cache occurs or the storage cache occurs. All right. For example, in case of a threat to the database, you can say the like power failure or network failure. The recovery management features recovers the database. All right. Now let us see some important terms that have been used in the DBMS. Okay. So important in DBMS concept, data redundancy I've already discussed. It occurs when the same piece of data is duplicated unnecessarily multiple times in a database. The chances of data duplicity are very high in the database approach. Ideally, all the informations are kept at only one place and shared among the users. There is no need to maintain a separate copy of the same data over and over again. Then the data redundancy will occur. This capability minimizes data duplication and redundancy. Okay, so you people please read it properly, understand it properly, and take a note of it. And these are the very important terms whenever you are doing the DBMS database management system for your exam also and for your working purpose also. Okay, so as you are learning, fine. Now next is coming to the data inconsistency. When the redundancy is not controlled, it leads to data inconsistency. Okay, data inconsistency occurs when the same data exists in different format in multiple tables. Okay, suppose date of birth somewhere it is given September 2000 to 19 September 2011, and somewhere it is given in 2011-09-11. Okay, same data but appearing in different format. Fine, in multiple tables. So for example, in the school database, suppose I was talking about this only. Suppose somewhere the updation of the address or the date of birth has been taken place. Okay, and has not been updated and have not been updated in other tables also, other related tables. Then it will result, there will be gap. I'm sorry, there will be gap out here. Then it will result in data inconsistency. Fine. So next is coming the data concurrency. Okay, that I was talking about right now. Data concurrency means many users can access and modify the shared data at the same time without violating the data consistency. However, this ability is not exhibited by traditional file processing systems where multiple access to the same data causes data inconsistencies. All right. So you can take the example of that of an electronic ticket booking system, the counter of an electronic ticket booking system in different places where two people reach to purchase a flight ticket for the same destination at the same time for the same flight. Okay, but the flight is having only one seat left. All right, let us continue. Okay, now without the feature of concurrency control, it might happen that both the passengers could end up booking the ticket for the same seat, but however it is not possible. Okay, why? Because of concurrency control. All right, the database would not allow this process to execute. Okay, fine. Both the passengers would be able to access the sitting database of the concerned flight, but concurrency control would preserve data accuracy and allow only one passenger to buy the ticket of that seat at a time. That in that way it actually ensuring the data security also. Okay, fine. So these are the few terms that I have discussed right now. That is, one is the redundancy, inconsistency, and concurrency. Okay, this is a very important thing out here. Okay, these three terms. Fine. So I hope you understand. Okay. So this is the data integrity. You can see out here. It equalizes what? It is the data security and data availability. Then only the data integration will take place. Okay, maintaining and assuring the accuracy and consistency of data is called data integrity. So here we are ending with the important DBMS concept. Okay, here, and you have to understand this one. Okay, so afterwards when this particular concept will be over, because it is not over yet. Okay, because this is a not a very small system. Okay, so it is having the concern software you will use actually for practical purpose MS Access and SQL query a bit. All right, so in order to understand it, okay, this is just the concept today I had discussed. Then in the other session I will discuss the other aspect of this DBMS concept. Till then, you take a note of it and kindly study this. All right. Thank you.